It's Friday night again, and I have another whiskey in front of me. It's got a bit of dust on the bottle. I've had this since the 10th of September, 2020, when business was slowing down from the heights of the summer, and things were about to get a little bit more restrictive. And I had never had a Texas whiskey before. Now, there are many people on YouTube who have tasted American whiskey, and not just American, but Texas whiskey on their videos, but I had never seen Texas whiskeys in the store until this showed up. Now, this is not a famous name. This is called Yellow Rose Distilling. I'll read what it says on the bottle here. It looks like this. Anyway, there are Texas whiskeys, like one name that comes up very often is Balcones, and there are a few others. But I never see them in stores here because they, I guess, don't make it to British Columbia. But this is apparently a Texas whiskey, crafted in Texas, it says on the label. So I guess this will be my introduction to Texas whiskey. It even says etched here on the bottom, homegrown Texas proud on the bottom here. And it says it on both sides just to make sure, with an outline of the state of Texas. I'm going to open this, if I can find the pull tab, if there is a pull tab. And if there isn't, I'm going to have to cut my way through. I think I may have to cut my way through. Ooh. Oh, come on. Ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough plastic. Tough plastic, and it breaks up when you try and open it. Oh, that comes off conveniently. I guess I must have stumbled upon the pull tab or something. I don't know. Let's get rid of all this plastic crap, because it can get in the way of pouring. It looks like up here it says a bunch of stuff too. Well, I'm going to open it first. Let's put the knife away so that we don't hurt ourselves. Woohoo! Synthetic cork, and what a pop. That was one of the strongest pops I've ever seen or heard. It makes the correct sounds. Okay, what does it say on here? It says on the top here, inspired by a legend. Yellow Rose Distilling for the necessities of our condition. Okay. The whiskey crafted in TX. Okay. And here it says, crafted in Texas, Yellow Rose Distilling, the oldest legal distillery in Houston, Texas. Premium American whiskey. Batch number 18.21, homegrown, 40% alcohol by volume. Fusion of character, just like Texas culture. Crafted in the Lone Star State. Okay, what does this say here? $740 bottle number. Oh, bottle number 740 out of batch number 18.21. Okay. So I'm guessing this was made in 2018. Batch 21 of 2018. I don't know, something like that. Oh, there's a little thing on the back here. Produced and bottled by Yellow Rose Distilling LLC, Houston, Texas. Yellow Rose whiskey is a fusion of character just like Texas culture, perfect blend of southern charm. Rustic Cowboy ensures a smooth drinking whiskey with plenty of heart. YellowRoseDistilling.com. Government warning, Surgeon General, and so on. No tasting notes on it. That's okay. No age statement on it. That's okay. What did it cost me? $47.49. So we go with our old calculator. 4.75 divided by 2 is going to give us our goods and services tax. 238 plus 475. That'll give us our goods and liquor tax. 1 thin dime, 1/10 of a dollar is our bottle deposit. And we'll add to that 47.49. Grand total, $54.72. So this cost me just over $50 Canadian. That would be approximately $41 US if my currency exchange is still about right. I'm guessing that this was not aged in virgin oak, because if it was aged in virgin oak, they could call it a bourbon or a rye, depending on what the mash bill is. It just says premium American whiskey, so it could be used casks. I'm getting corn sweetness. I'm getting a bit of wheat, maybe. It's got that whole wheat bread kind of character to it. So corn and wheat. That's what I'm getting so far. Maybe more wheat than corn, I'm not sure. Is there any rye? I don't know. Might be getting a tiny little bit of a very slight hint of dill. So corn sweetness. Tiny little bit of rye, but more wheat than rye. Is there any malted barley involved? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. The mash bill is not on the label. Now, is this actually distilled straight with the mash mixed? Probably. So it would have a mash bill rather than like a Canadian whiskey, which would be different kinds of whiskey aged separately. Like you'd have a rye and a corn whiskey aged separately and wheat whiskey aged separately, and they would be aged for different various amounts of time in different barrels, whatever. And at the end, they would be blended before bottling, vatted, shall we say. But this, Now I'm getting a little bit of mint, but it was just a little hint when I just put it up to my nose. I just got a hint of mint. Now, there it is again. That's probably coming from rye. But there's not much of it. It's just a tiny hint. Mostly what I get is wheat kind of graininess, and yeah, maybe more wheat than corn. That's what I get on the nose. What do I get on the palate? Wow. How fast 10 minutes can go. Mm. That is quite minty on the palate. A lot more minty on the palate than it is on the nose. Shooting action, down it goes, leaving trails of droplets. You can see them there, trails of little droplets going down. This is definitely something different. You know what it reminds me on the palate? It's so minty. It tastes exactly like Mentos. Do you know Mentos? They're kind of like these little mints that have like a hard mint shell, and they're kind of soft inside, and they're kind of shaped like somewhere between a hockey puck and an egg. Don't know how else to print. It's like a disc shape, but it's rounded on the sides and thicker in the middle. Kind of like two halves of a flying saucer put together. Anyway, Mentos. They're about the size of that size, and they're about that thick. And this whiskey tastes exactly like Mentos. So yes, there's some rye in there, I'm pretty sure, doing it that mintiness. And then there's a little bit of that weedy grain note. And I'm not getting any corn sweetness on the palate now. This reminds me a bit of the Tennessee bourbon that I tried last week, and that was the Heaven's Door. But the Heaven's Door is quite a bit stronger, higher ABV, and not as gentle drinking as this. This is very gentle and easy drinking. Like liquid Mentos. This would be a nice summer whiskey. It's quite refreshing, even. I'm surprised. I did not know what to expect, but this is better than what I thought it was going to be. Cheers.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.